Welcome students, welcome to the Smart Learning platform. Today I will teach you about mathematics. Before proceeding to our topic, we must know what is our subject or what is actually mathematics is. Mathematics is a Greek word that comes from the word mathema. Mathema means science, knowledge or learning. Okay, sometimes in short it is also called as maths. So maths is the study of sets, quantities or relationship between the quantities by using numbers and symbols. That is nothing but your maths. Now we will study about what are the various branches of mathematics. We will briefly discuss about these all branches. First branch is your arithmetic branch. Arithmetic is the branch of mathematics that deals with the playing with numbers or manipulation of any numbers. Okay. Second branch is our algebra. Algebra is the branch of mathematics that deals with or that consists of variables, constants. Now the question is, what are variables and what are constants? Variables has a word or it comes from the word vary. What does vary means? Vary means it will change from one person to another person or change from one situation to other situation. Constants are the values or which remain constant throughout. It will never change. For example, we can say that variables can be represented as small letter alphabets starting from A, B, C to Z. Okay. Now what are constants? Constants are the values that we can say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to infinity. Yes. Now variables are the values like we can say that A is equals to 2, 3, 4, anything else. Similarly, B is equals to 1, 3, 5, 7, anything else. Okay. For me, A can be 3, A can be 4. For you also, A can be 2, A can be 4, A can be 10 or anything else. Then for me, the value of B can be 1, 3, 5, 7 and for you, it may vary or it may not vary. We can say that A is equals to B is equals to 3. Yes, we can say because the value of A can be 3, the value of B also can be 3. Now, what is the necessity of these variables and these constants that we will study briefly or that we will study in details in our chapter algebra. Now, anyone can say that A is equals to B is equals to 3, but can anyone say like 2 is equals to 3? No, because 2 is equals to 3 is not correct. It is universally false. It can be true because these are constants. The value of 2 is 2 itself only and the value of 3 is also 3 itself only. Okay, but for the variables, the values may change. So these are all about the brief description about algebra. Next branch of our mathematics is geometry. What is geometry? Geometry is the branch of mathematics or which comes from two words, that is geo and metron. What does geo refers to? Geo refers to your earth or geographical surface. Similarly, metron refers to measure. So what does the combination of the word geometry or geo and metron refers to? Geo means your earth and metron means to measure the various physical quantities or the solid objects that are present in our earth surface. We can measure them. Now the question is, what we will measure? We can measure the length, we can measure the breadth, we can measure their height, we can measure their area as well as we can also measure their volume. So these are some of the parameters or the properties that we use to measure about a solid object and nothing else. So geometry is the branch of mathematics that deals with measurement of any solid object or anything else present in our earth surface. Yes. Last branch of our mathematics is calculus. This is very important branch of mathematics as well as it is also termed as the advanced branch of mathematics. We can say that without calculus, our branch of mathematics is always static. Now the question is, what is static and what is dynamic? For example, we can say like static means its value will remain constant throughout and it will never change. But dynamic means its value will remain constant for a certain period of time, then it will again change to a different value. For example, I can say like the speed of the vehicle from point A to point B is 40 km per hour. Okay, from point B to point C, it is 60 km per hour. And from point C to point D, it will reduce its speed to 20 km per hour. Now I will say to calculate the average velocity or any of the following properties in order to calculate the speed of the vehicle from point A to point B. Is it possible for you to follow the static formula? What is the formula to find out the velocity? Velocity can be found out by the formula like distance by time taken. This formula is called your static formula. It is not dynamic. Now we will come to the dynamic formula. What is the dynamic formula for velocity? Dynamic formula for velocity can be like dv is equals to ds by dt. Now what is dv, ds and dt? dv is the small portion of the velocity and ds and dt is also the small portion of the distance and time. So by taking the small portions, we can calculate small amount of velocities from point A to point B, and this will becomes your dynamic equation. So in order to make our mathematics dynamic, because the situation may change from point to point. So in order to calculate this, we must follow this dynamic formula. In order to follow this dynamic formula, there is a branch called calculus, that is the advanced branch of mathematics, and we should follow this branch of mathematics. Calculus also consists of some of the terms like integration. It also consists of differentiation and differential equation. These are the three things you will basically study in the calculus, and this is the advanced version of mathematics as I had already discussed before, and this you will learn in your higher classes. So we had cleared about what is the mathematics, what are the branches of mathematics and what are the basic concepts of mathematics. Now we will move towards our topic, what is a statement. Now there must be a question like, what is the necessity of reading the statement in mathematics? First of all, we will study about the statement in English. In English, statement can be said like that, or the definition of statement can be, it can be a simple declarative sentence or simple imperative sentence. It can be exclamatory as well as it is also interrogative. So now the question is, what is the necessity of reading the statement? First of all, we will study about the various branches or various types or categories of the sentence or statement. First category is always true statement. Second category is always false statement. And in between always true and always false, there exists a type of sentence that is called ambiguous statement. Now I will explain about each of these statements in English first. First of all, we will study about always true. Always true is the type of statement that we can say that it is universally truth. It can be false. For example, we can say like the sun rises in the east. Okay, the speed of the light is 3 into 10 to the power 5 meter per second approximately. Yes, cow is an animal. Yes, this is also a type of always true statement because these are universally truth and it can't be false. Now just take the simple opposite of these sentences. Like we can say like sun rises in the west. This is universally false. Cow is a human being. This is also universally false statement. Speed of the light is accurately 3 into 10 to the power 5 meter per second. No, it is also false because speed of the light is approximately 3 into 10 to the power 5, not accurately. So these are some of the sentences about always true and always false. Now the question is, what is ambiguous statement? Why it lies between always true and always false sentence? Yes, for that also explanation is there. Ambiguous statement can't be always true and can't be always false, because without knowing the situation, we can't say that the type of sentence is true or the type of sentence is false. That type of sentence only falls under this ambiguous category. For example, we can say like vehicles have four wheels. Is this statement true or false? No one can say that vehicles have four wheels until and unless I say that the vehicle category is car. Yes. So without knowing the category, no one can say that the vehicles has four wheels. So that's why this type of sentence falls under this category, that is ambiguous statement. Now, what if I will say like car has four wheels? Then it will simply proceed towards always true statement. Now what if I will say like motorbike has two wheels, or motorbike has four wheels? Yes, this statement is false and it will simply proceed towards always false. But until and unless we are not known anything like the vehicle is car or motorbike, we can't say that that type of sentence is always true or always false. And only that type of sentence falls under ambiguous category. Now we will come to our question. What is the necessity of reading this always true, always false and ambiguous statement in mathematics? For example, I can say like 2 plus 3 is equals to 5. This is universally true statement because addition of 2 and 3 will gives you the result 5. 8 into 7 is equals to 56. Yes, this is also a true statement, because multiplication of 8 and 7 will give you 56, not 60. Okay. Simply we can say like 7 divided by 7 is equals to 1. This statement also falls under always true statement, because division of 7 with 7 will give you the result 1. Now we will take simply opposite of these sentences. 2 plus 3 will give you the result 6. Is this statement true or false? This statement is false. 8 into 7 will give you the result 60. This statement will also become false. 7 divided by 7 is equals to 2. This statement will become false. Now, the question is, we had studied about always true and always false sentence. Now, what about ambiguous sentence or ambiguous statement in mathematics? For this, we have to follow one branch of mathematics I had already explained, like algebra. What is algebra? The branch of mathematics that deals with variables and constants is nothing but algebra. Now, what is algebraic equation? Equation means it consists of variables, constants with an equals to sign. We can say like 2x plus 3 is equals to 7. It consists of equal to sign, that's why it is called an equation. But 2x plus 3 greater than 7, this is not an equation, because this doesn't contain any equal to sign. It contains a greater than symbol. Okay. Now, what is ambiguous statement? 2x plus 3 is equals to 7. We can say like this statement is true or false. Nobody can say. But what if I will say like x is equals to 2? Put the value of x. 2 into 2, that is your 4, plus 3 is equals to 7. It satisfies the value of x is equals to 2 and simply proceed towards always true statement. Now, what if I will say like the value of x is equals to 3, 4, 5 or other than 2, any values other than 2. Let's put one value, 2 into 3 plus 3, 6 plus 3 is equals to 9. So this statement will proceed towards always false statement, because we had an equation that is 2x plus 3 is equals to 7 only, not 2x plus 3 is equals to 9. What if the equation will be 2x plus 3 is equals to 9? Then this statement will proceed towards always true, and 2x plus 3 is equals to 7 will move towards always false statements. So until and unless we get the value of x is equals to 2, we can't satisfy this equation, or we can't say that this equation is always true statement. So that's why in mathematics always true, always false and ambiguous statements are necessary.